Howdy everyone, this is LockNutz, and you're watching a map tour of the Risoux Forest by JM Gaming. Hopefully you'll stick around to see what happens. Howdy, 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 how are you guys doing today? Oh my goodness, I tell you what, today we get to do a map tour of the Risoux Forest by JM Gaming. Oof, I tell you what, this little bad mamma jamma is 59.63 megabytes to download and is currently only for PC. Now this, like all my map tours that I do, I have started off in new farmer mode, that way you know what exactly you'll be getting yourself into. But before we dive too far into things, let's go ahead and see what the map maker has to say. Welcome to the Risoux Forest. This map is based on the mountainous region in the Jura between France and Switzerland. The map includes 40 forestry areas of different sizes, 19 fields, 1 shop to buy and sell your production, 1 sawmill, specialized missions, and 25 new NPC portraits, so go ahead and have fun. And I tell you what, I definitely think I will want to go ahead and have fun while looking at this one. Now, this little bad mamma jamma is a forestry map, but don't let that fool you. Don't let that fool you at all. Let's go ahead and take a look at what you would get for machinery if you do start off on new farmer mode. Alright, now starting off on new farmer mode, you do start off with $100,000. Farm manager mode, you start off on 1.5 million, and start from scratch, you do start off with $500,000. Now, new farmer mode is the only mode you will start off with when you get this equipment here. This vehicle you do not get. I bought this so that we could go ahead and drive around and look at the map together. But you do start off with 1 large tractor, 1 beastly 351 horsepower New Holland. You start off with 2 mowers, 2 potting mowers, 1 sweet little windrower, and then 1 forage wagon. Not too much, not too much. For a forestry map, you would think that you'd end up starting off with some, I don't know, forestry things, but don't let that fool you. There's a reason for that. Now, what is that reason? Let's go ahead and take a look at the map and see what you'll be starting off with over there. Alright, so this is the map that you do start off on, and as you can see, there are little bits and pieces. There are small little fields tucked up into this map all over the place. It's pretty neat. There are little paths, almost like walking paths, that go in between the majority of these. We'll take a look at that in a little bit. But you do start off with the 1 shop in town here, and that's it. That's where you go ahead and buy stuff. And it's where you go ahead and sell all your material. It's just what it is. There's 1 localized place. Do have the gas station. Down here, we do have the sawmill. It's the only production thing that's on the map as of this point. There are no special buildings or anything you can go ahead and put on here. So if you want to do anything with productions, you have to find a spot and go from there by yourself. Now, as for what you actually start off with, you do start off with this tiny little spot over here. We'll take a look at this. There's absolutely nothing here right now. It's in this yard where we're standing, but there's nothing right here. And you do start off with field 19. That's it. That's all you start off with. This is actually a grass field, so that's pretty darn slick right there. And from there, we go ahead and we take a look at the absolute cheapest field that's on this map. You're looking at field 13. $39,000. Not too bad. I mean, for fields, nothing's big here, but that's the absolute cheapest one. The most expensive one here is field 6. Yeah, it's this one right here, field 6, at $170,000. Now, as you can see, there are more than 1 plot of trees on here, so there's a bunch. There are a bunch of trees on here, and like I said, there are 40 different plots in here. Now, this plot right here is the most expensive at $862,000. That is by far the most expensive. And the cheapest plot is right here at $79,000, almost $80,000 when it comes to land. Other than that, you do find prices. They are kind of all over the map. This is the second most expensive one at almost $860,000. So as you can see, the price does fluctuate. There are multiple sizes around here. Some cheaper fields, or I should say some cheaper sections, some cheaper plots of land. So if you want, just go ahead and kind of keep your eyes open, and you should be able to find what you're looking for, especially if you go ahead and rock and roll. Now, this little plot of land over here, we'll go ahead and get off of this. This plot of land right here is actually cleared land that trees have been planted on here. It's all rows of trees. You have trees right over here that are not as mature, and you have trees over here that are more mature. We'll go ahead and take a look at that here in just a second, but before we get to that point, let's hop on out and look around the starting area. Alright, so one of the things that I like to do, guys, is I like to go ahead and turn the map on in the corner. That way you guys can follow along with me as we go on our whirlwind tour. Now, as you can see here, this is the main area. This is your starting area. We have a little repair station right on over here. You have an area right here for going ahead and selling all of your production goods. So if you have anything pretty much on a pallet to be sold, this is where you go ahead and sell it. Right on over here is where you go ahead and sell all of your grains and miscellaneous little bits and pieces. As you kind of wander on over this way, don't order, this is where you're going to go ahead and have all of your items spawn. If you have to reset anything or you purchase anything, this is where it starts off. And here's our little basket for going ahead and purchasing stuff. There isn't an actual building, so kind of keep that in mind. Let's head on down over this way, because over here this is the fuel station. Yep, this is where you get your fuel. And right on over here is the animal dealer. So that's where all of this stuff is right here. Now, this corner right here is where you have your farm area, I guess. I don't know. This is that tiny little section that you get on this starting area right here. So it's not very big, maybe big enough to throw down a house or a trailer so you can have a sleep trigger or something like that. But that's about it, what we got right here. So I'm actually going to hop back in this truck, and we're going to rock and roll and go look at that very first field that you actually end up starting with. It'll be kind of a good way to go ahead and take a peek at everything, see how things are looking on the map, and generally get kind of a lay of the land, because taking a drive on this route, it really does point out a couple things to you. So as you can kind of see this is how all of the roads, goat paths, trails, I don't know what you want to call this, walking path maybe, I'm not sure, but this is how all of the roads end up looking on this map. They're very small, very, very narrow, nothing to them. So that's kind of what's going on right here with this. And now here you go. This is that starting field you end up starting with. It's just a big grass field. Now, that explains, and that kind of makes sense a little bit, why you have what you have. Why you have all of that equipment out here. Now, I'm going to cut across over here to take a look at this discolored area on the map so that you can see what's going on over here. You will see little sections like this all over the map. Let's hop in here, turn that up. You'll see sections like this all over the map where it's kind of partially cleared, it's been worked on, it's been damaged in one way or another. This is definitely one of those areas where if you want to set up your own personal logging camp or something like this would definitely be a great area for it. But obviously at that point you can kind of do whatever it is that you want to do. So we're going to head down over here and take a look at this field right here. It gives us the opportunity, for one, to see another grass field that's relatively close. Oh, I'm sorry, this isn't a grass field. This is soybeans, my bad. Oh, that's embarrassing. What do you expect? So just taking a look at the field here. You have quite a steep incline. Now that's kind of unfortunate because it's such a small field, so you're going to end up having to do one thing. You're going to have to make that choice. Do you go ahead and upsize your harvester? Buy a large harvester that has the horsepower that can handle doing that? Or do you go ahead and get, I don't know, a smaller harvester that you can go ahead and easily navigate from point A to point B, but then you end up just harvesting that field in a slightly different way. Maybe only harvest downhill. Maybe you harvest side to side, don't drive uphill at all. It's entirely up to you what you want to do. I personally find it hard to be able to go ahead and purchase... Whoa, holy cats. I personally find it to be kind of a hard pill to swallow to be able to purchase a very large harvester for an incredibly... took a wrong turn here. For an incredibly small patch of land. I guess it's a good way of looking at it. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But that's just me. So we're going to sneak in through here. All right, there we go. And obviously this here is your on-map lumber yard that you got going on here. Not too shabby. Obviously, if you want to go ahead and put your own down someplace, you can. There's plenty of trees here you can clear off to put down your own lumber yard, but this is the location of where it is. Not too shabby. Kind of a messy yard. Maybe if you get this, you can clean it up or something. I don't know. Oh, man. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do just a little bit more driving. I mean, these are we pretty much hit the two main selling points, two main interaction points on the map. So we're going to do just a little bit more driving, get a little bit more of a look at the landscape here really quick, down at ground level before we fly up in the air and really take a look and see what's going on. So like I said, guys, this looks like it's a trail. This looks like a, stay on trail. I'm not sure what that says, to be 100% honest with you. But I believe it says that it's the sawmill. I think that's the name of this sawmill that's up there. I believe that's what's going on here with this. But like as you've seen that person coming and walking around in here, that's what you have around here. You have people walking all over the place. So that's what making me think that this is really just almost like a national park, if that makes any sense to you guys. Like a big park where people can come and walk and navigate and, just walk through the woods and see all this splendor that is the forest. Now we're going to keep on driving through here, like I said, just a little bit, because this is pretty much how the entire map looks. You're not going to have a lot of steep hills. You're not going to have a lot of undulations. You're not going to have a lot of really anything. It's a relatively, I don't want to say flat because that's not right. It's a very gently sloping map where you have elevation changes, but they're so minor that it's not that big of a deal. Obviously, as you can see driving through here, there are a lot of very large trees, so you're going to want to really plan your routes out a little bit. If you want to get back here with some forestry equipment, some trailers, some semis, going all out with like the big stuff, you're really going to have to plan this out quite a bit and see where you need to end up going. Maybe you get over to here and you want to get back, you just have to keep cutting your way back in order to make a flat road to get over there. So at this moment, guys, what I'd like to do is I'd like to put on my Mary Poppins hat, fly up into the sky, and take a look from the air. All right, everyone, now that we're all ready to go, let's go ahead and, not jump into the vehicle, let's go ahead and fly up into the sky and take a look at what we can see from the air. Now, guys, as you can see, lots and lots and lots of trees. I mean, that's what it is. It's a forestry map, right? It is a forestry map, so guys, there are just going to be tons and tons of trees to look at, tons and tons of trees to cut down. I think we're going to head over this way here just a little bit. This is what I'm getting at. You can see this is a hilly region, not mountainous, not large peaks and valleys. There's a peak right there. You have the lowland valley, but you really don't have many areas that are just super steep. Now this area that we're kind of coming up to over here, this is the area that I was telling you on the map that looks like it's all blocked out, but it's actually planted trees over there. A nice, neat, straight road area for doing your forestry, for doing your cutting things down and making it great and grand. I'll be honest with you, I kind of like. At first, I wasn't too sure about how the background looks over there, where you got like the whited out mountains, but it kind of looks neat, like it's almost foggy. Like the sun's reflecting off of the fog and the dew that's surrounding the area. It's kind of neat. It's kind of neat. I actually kind of like it now that I get the opportunity to get in here and look at it a little more. But this is what I was getting at here, guys. This is obviously man-made, planted, however you want to look at it. And this is what I'm saying. See, you have this section over here where these trees are starting to grow. They're not as far along as these ones right here. So I don't know if this is something that you want to look into. Get yourself up in the air, rocking and rolling, doing things. This is probably the steepest area on the map. And it looks like, for a second there, I thought we seen a reindeer flying in the sky. Oh, boy. Oh, man. So I tell you what, guys, if you want to do trees, this is definitely a map for you. You don't have to take my word for it, though. Go ahead and download this one for yourself. See what you're going to do on this one. Actually, tell you what, go ahead, comment down below. Let me know if this looks like a map for you. Comment, let me know if you're planning on making a go at it, clearing some trees off, and doing farmland, arable farmland, or are you going to work with what's available on here? Just let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what you're thinking. See what you want to go about doing. But guys, if you're liking what you're hearing, liking what you're seeing, go ahead and smash that like button. Hit the subscription. It really would mean a lot to me. Oh my gosh, it would help out the channel too immensely. Go ahead and hit that notification bell, turn it on, and have it set to all. That way you know when this and other great videos are coming out. Guys, go ahead and share this with somebody who likes trees. Lots and lots and lots of trees. Oh boy, there are lots of trees on here. Or even France. Son of a gun, France, or the French language. Or heck, we'll even throw in French toast. You know who I'm talking about. Oh, guys, I tell you what, this is a good map. JM Gaming, you have done a great job on this one. Hats off to you. Guys, thanks for stopping by.